So I wanted to do something a little bit different today with this setup and just some predictions and some reactions and just discussion before this event starts for THQ's showcase for 2024. Only could pick 6 different pictures for this collage I wanted to set up. I couldn't add any more pictures. It was some other games that I wanted to add and include, so I would just put Cosmic Shake in the background since I already completed it as a potential possibility of maybe some new updates we might end up getting for this game. And I wanted to do it this way so everybody can see. And I'm not sure if this is going to be a premiere. Maybe it'll be a live premiere, or maybe it'll just be a video I just decided to post just before the event for Friday, August 2nd, where this THQ showcase is going to take place. And just 6 games that I think people would like to see. And for me, the Nicktoons Unite games and some of the games that you can see, basically all the games that you see on this in this collage, I have never played before. And I would love to play these games on the channel, so I'm hoping that they come out with some kind of a remake for some of these games. Most people are looking for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. They're looking for a remake for that game. And for me, I haven't really been able to play none of these games before, and I might end up buying the old just all the different games from the Nicktoons Unite collection for the series and more, and playing some of those other games as well. And as you can see right at the bottom, bottom left hand corner, a Fairly Odd Parents game that was also made by THQ that could possibly end up popping up. We haven't even had Timmy Turner and some of these Nickelodeon crossovers before. And speaking of crossovers, we got a Nick Jr. crossover before we got a new Nicktoons Unite game, which is insane. But I'm definitely going to be playing that game that's coming out later this fall as well. It's a Nick Jr. party adventure, and they have different Nickelodeon crossover characters that are in that mix up for the game. Some people probably already heard of the title that's coming out soon. That's coming out in October, sometime in October. But we got that crossover before we could get a new Nicktoons Unite game. And some of these other games that's missing, and Timmy Turner being one of the missing characters. I'm not sure how everything goes as far as the negotiations go, as far as just deciding how uh what they go through is for just deciding which characters they want to add in some of these games, and which way or which direction they want to go for these games, what they want to do for the future for these games, and for the games that they're thinking of making next. If you guys know what I'm saying, it's just with what direction do we want to go? Do we want to get this certain character to finally get back into the game? And this is popular fandom, man. Some of these games are from popular fandom, man, and games that I want to see, and I want to be able to experience some of these games on a modern console like the PlayStation 5. And just imagine just these kind of games being reimagined and made just brought right back up from the ground up, just remade from the ground up, a brand new engine where you can play and just be able to see all the different changes. They can even tweak some things and add some new characters that probably didn't even make an appearance in some of those other games that are missing with alongside of post-launch content. See, they got all the ideas in the world, not just coming out with the games, but they can have post-launch content. And just the fact that we can possibly get maybe a Cosmic Shake sort of remake, or not a remake, but just some kind of update for DLC, post launch content, additional things, maybe some new costumes. Maybe they can go as far as doing a post launch content story for SpongeBob and Patrick to be able to get into another adventure. Maybe another villain could appear in the game, and maybe have some devious plans and things like that. They might come out with stuff like that. And I think that's something that they can do for some of these titles. And that's just a possibility. SpongeBob Cosmic Shake DLC. Maybe a Nicktoons Unite where we get all 4 of the games remastered. Maybe it'll be a trilogy. I'm not sure what's going to happen on Friday. And then some other things that I wanted to mention. Another possibility that I'm looking for. We still haven't gotten any information as far as Nickelodeon Kart Racers 4. So I'm not sure if we're going to end up getting that anytime soon. So we might end up seeing that make an appearance, even though it's a surprise title. But this is the year where we can probably get another Nickelodeon crossover with a kart racing game, a kart racer game, or a Nickelodeon Party Blast. I heard that game was trash. Most people didn't really like Nickelodeon Party Blast for whatever reason, but they had characters like Rocket Power that never really returned in some of these Nickelodeon crossovers. So they can do things like that. It's the options. It's just the possibilities are endless. But I know some people might be thinking about Darksiders. I want to get into those games too, but these are just some of the main titles that I'm looking forward to most. And I also want to see that Disney's Epic Mickey rebrush. I know that's probably going to be there. Maybe we'll get some gameplay for that. So that's something else I definitely want to see. I know they're probably going to show that for sure because the game's coming out very soon. And I think it has a September release, if I'm not mistaken. So that's definitely probably going to be at the show. But what about some of these titles that people want to see? And we haven't had none of these titles for so long. We definitely deserve some of these kind of titles to make a return. Even if it's just one of these games, I think a lot of people would be excited to really play some of these titles for the future. Maybe they won't come out later on this year. Maybe they'll come out the next year. But they gotta have more cooking outside of just Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrush. Maybe there's other games that they've been working on that are gonna make an appearance, and maybe some of those other surprise titles like a kart racing game, or maybe some kind of party game, maybe some kind of all new crossover will be awesome to see make an appearance at this event. So that's just some of the things I'm looking for and hoping to see. But we're not gonna get everything that we are expecting to see, and I'm not sure how long this show is gonna last for this particular event for August 2nd, this Friday. So let me know some of the games that y'all are looking forward to most. But I definitely want to play some of these games. And then another game I wanted to throw in here that I was thinking about adding, it was a Fairly Odd Parents game called Shadow Showdown from the PS2. So I think that'll be awesome to see that make an appearance. But Timmy hasn't had a game in so long, and I'm not sure what they're probably going to do with them. Maybe these are the only games that we'll probably end up seeing from Fairly Odd Parents. They could even try to go as far as making something with the new Wish. It just goes on and on for the list of possibilities. But I'm just really hoping that we get some kind of Nicktoons Unite remake, maybe a reimagined game or just a reunited. They can just come out and make a trilogy. You see all these games getting these remakes. They made Last of Us so many times. There's so many. They made that so quickly. It didn't even come. It wasn't even out for a couple years yet. So they jumped the gun with that. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe we'll probably end up getting something for some of these titles. SpongeBob, Cosmic Shake could get some DLC. We don't know what's going to possibly happen. But let me know what you guys think or what games that you guys are looking forward to. Even if it's not any of these games, if you're interested in something else, that's completely fine too. For Disney, I was going to say Disney's Beastorm. Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrush. I definitely want to see that. Just like I was saying, I want to see that. I know that's going to probably be there, but it'll be nice to see some kind of surprises. And they might even have a completely different developer team that's working on something that's cooking up some of these titles. But this is just something that I'm hoping to really see make an appearance in maybe one of these games. At least one of these games, maybe a Cosmic Shake update with more than just additional costumes. Maybe we'll get a different SpongeBob game. They might even make a Sandy game because since that Sandy movie's coming out, it could be something like that, something different for different characters to get a spotlight. So let me know what y'all think, which some of the games that y'all looking forward to most. But I wanted to do it this way as a nice little collage and, just talk about some of these games. But I have never been able to play any of these games before. I definitely would love to play them. And if they don't end up making a remake, I'll probably I may as well just end up buying the other games and the older original games and experience these games one by one.